remember, all this money, this does not go to Gary Null. Mm-hmm. That's something that people should understand.
Yes, that's just true.
When the station comes to me, they say, what is the actual cost of a DVD? And we give it to them. What is the cost to the book? Well, go to the publisher, and I will ask the publisher to give the deepest discount they can. And normally authors get it at 60%. We got 70% for the station, directly from the publisher. We do everything, including donating $9,000 out of my own pocket to help the station in its hour of need with premiums. We don't know who orders anything. We don't get any names or addresses, nothing like that. Tony or Bertel comes by, they get the premiums, they send them out. We are giving the premiums that people want. We're giving the premiums people ask for. If they want the book, we give them the book. Want the DVD, we give them the DVD. What makes my own program connecting with the audience is that I create all my own premiums. I never offer premium that I haven't created it, and I've been able to do that my whole career because I love creating. It's just that simple. I don't say that what I do is the best. I don't say that would just be arrogance, and I don't believe in that. I am fully aware that there are many different premiums that are out there that are very good, and I promote those. But I know with confidence that if I write a book or do a documentary, I know what went into it. And when you create a long-time relationship with your audience, they also do. And you heard the numbers of people who just downloaded this show over the weekend. Okay. 164,000 people, Michael. By comparison, all of Pacifica probably had in the neighborhood of maybe 10, 15,000 shows downloaded over the weekend. That shows you where the audience is coming from. Yes. They're coming from a point of view of wanting to know the information, sharing it with other people, because there's no advertisement. It's just word of mouth. That's all it is. There's no articles because I'm tired of the interviews. I don't do them anymore, of people who want to argue with you. What's the point of that? If I have time in a day to do something constructive or answer all the dunderheads who just want to argue with you, remember, there is a small, very voracious group of individuals who want nothing more than BAI to fail. They don't want the phones to ring. They want people to make mistakes. They want to excoriate anyone who makes any error at all, as if they are perfect.
That's true.
But these are not people who care about this audience. And so you have to understand, this audience is a humongous audience. Humongous. And it was interesting because the moment I left BAI 7 years ago, I was inundated with calls from every possible place. Do you want to bring your audience? Come over here. We'd love to have you. And I thought about that. And I thought about where would I ultimately like to be. And I decided I didn't want commercial radio, no matter what the rewards. I wanted non-commercial. So I stayed on WMYE, the official radio station of the City of New York, and I created the Progressive Radio Network. And now the numbers of Progressive Radio Network are off the charts. And what don't you have? You don't have arguments. You don't have conflicts. You have responsible and reasonable people looking at problems and offering solutions, whether it's no matter what the topic is. And it's growing by leaps and bounds. And that's what radio can be at its best. So we're providing a service. It's free to the station. We provide them with income that they wouldn't otherwise have. We provide them with an audience by the thousands and thousands they would not otherwise have. Imagine how that sits in the crawl of those individuals who wanted everyone to think that, that without their radicalized, toxic management and style that the station, was polluted. No, it's not polluted. The station is relevant again. The station is emerging as a survivor. All right, the station is getting on its feet. The station is getting information out. The station is doing what it was meant to do under Lewis Hill's initial stewardship, become a relevant voice on important issues with a variety and diversity of personalities. That's what the station is becoming today. Can it get better? A lot better. My suggestions: have someone full-time seeking foundational support so that we can get income coming from foundations, nonprofit foundations, lessen our fund drive to 2 weeks instead of 4, and have at least 6 anchors. That means 6 really good progressive people who have a large audience can bring in, and then surround that with all the other boutique programs that don't have to have a large audience and don't have to bring in any money to the station because you're covered. That would be an ideal. Can that happen? Sure, it can happen. Who would have believed BAI would be alive today when everyone was declaring it was bankrupt just 10 months ago? And indeed it was. But it's not today. $850,000 will pay bills. All that money will go to pay bills. And KPFK, our sister station, we just finished Friday. We did $1.1 million. We're paying bills. We're now off life support. This audience, my audience out there, raised $300,000. My audience here has raised over $300,000. So we're helping to keep the station alive. We are just one program, but we're one program that's not afraid to speak out. And that's why we have people listening. So in the last 5 minutes that we're on the air here, support the station. Yes, you're getting green stuff and all the good that comes with that. But at the end of the day, the green stuff provides the money that allows the programming, that allows the station to have the confidence to know that it's got some support now. We're growing our audience again. We're growing our, we're getting rid of the debt again. We're doing the right things each day. It's a process. It'll take another year to become really vital again. But that's terrific compared to all the other stations that would have gone broken, been off the air, compared to all the people who wanted to see us fail, compared to the very biased pieces written in the New York Times and the New York Daily News about, disgruntled people who were fired, not because there was bias, but because of no one should be able to use the airwaves to personally attack other people. It's just bad radio. It's bad manners. It's non-constructive. And quite frankly, what audience wants to hear that kind of venom being spewed out? None that's going to allow the station to grow and survive. But we are growing. We are surviving. We're doing well. You're the reason for it. Please call now. Michael G.
Please call now. 212-209-2950 is the number to call. People are calling right now, and yes, WBAI is off life support because of you. Those of you who are calling in right now to 212-209-2950, we will send you as a thank you gift for supporting the radio station, helping us grow again. Gary Null's Green Stuff for a pledge of $80, 212-209-2950, and you're helping yourself as well. And you know what? You can show other people how well you're doing, and they'll get the message. 212-209-2950, $80. It's tax deductible. It goes to the station. It helps the radio station WBAI. 212-209-2950. Thank you, folks, for those calls coming in right now. Goodness, that's great to see. 9 calls coming in right now. A few more of you can call.
Let's get to 15.
We have to do that. We absolutely must do that before we get to the top of the hour. 2 minutes, and we'll be at the top of the hour here in New York City. 212-209-2950. Visa, MasterCard, American Express for Gary Null's Green Stuff. And, as we've said, it is tax deductible, and it is going to help this radio station that has been on the air for 51 years, commercial-free and listener-sponsored. And the Gary Null Show, this program, Gary Null has been on the air 28 years. Thank you for those extra calls, those additional calls coming in. We have volunteers, and they are standing by. We thank them for their efforts and their support right now. Let's see, Gary, we have 12 calls coming in right now. 3 more calls coming in, and we will have 15 calls. Every line engaged. Every line engaged, and that's what we need to do. This is the final day of our spring fundraising and membership drive. My goodness, you are doing so well. Thank you very much. New Jersey is coming in through strong for us this afternoon, as you do every fundraising drive. A big part of our audience is listening in New Jersey right now. 212-209-2950. Now that's 12.
Please remember that this program is supported by the listener members of WBAI New York. If you like what you hear, please consider becoming a member of WBAI or renewing if you've already joined. Basic membership is $25, but we accept any amount. Help us keep free speech alive.